The American people are going to make their verdict, but I think that we have a very credible case to run on, that we brought a lot of new investment. We're building the factories. That is going to pay serious dividends for the American people over the long haul.
When?
Any thoughts on JD? Bro, I don't know anything anymore. I feel like they're I feel like there's like this attempt to launder JD's reputation. Maybe because he gave that leak to the New York Times about the Netanyahu shit. I saw a tweet earlier by The Atlantic. J.D. Vance's new book is a rumination on matters ethical and spiritual, a perhaps not so subtle way to show how he's different from the current occupant of the White House. VM Salama reports. She spoke with the VP, who told her he's trying to curse less. I just don't understand how things have gotten so bad and like normalized. Like, if you want people to be okay with you fucking 13-year-olds, you just have to go out every single day to the media and talk about how you should be able to fuck 6-year-olds. And that's the entire story of American politics right now. And it's just unfucking believable to me how stupid that can be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand.
Well, Joy, if you look at manufacturing jobs, those jobs are increasing at a large number. Construction jobs are doing a little bit better. So what happens is the construction jobs to build the factories, and then the manufacturing workers go back to work. That also leads to rising wages. That's one of the things that I'm very proud of. Is if you look at the amount that wages are going up now compared to, say, 2022.
What do you mean? As in, if you were out here defending the fucking 6-year-olds long enough, eventually people don't think fucking a 13-year-old is that bad. That's where we're at. Like it's just these people are. Everything is so far beyond the pale that when they come back to having shades of humanity in them, people are like, oh, well, this is really good now, right? And it's like, the fuck? What are you talking about?
They're going up way faster. That's a good thing. The affordability problem. Again, gas, way too high right now. Certain things way too high. Rents have been either flat or down for 12 months now. So there are things that are showing signs of life, things that are showing signs of progress. My view, I'm sure you guys don't agree with it, is that we inherited a mess and we're fixing it. But sometimes it takes a long time to fix a mess.
Okay. Mr. Vice President, according to a new report from the New York Times, you were the leading voice behind the scenes to release the Epstein files, and we applaud you for that. And you warned top officials, including top DOJ officials, at strategy meetings taking place inside the Situation Room. We understand that there are tapes of those meetings.
This is like The View is historically, culturally, a far left, I would say, far leftish, socially, culturally, not Marxist, but like they're like wokies. And it's kind of crazy to see him getting a softball interview on The View. I don't know. I feel like in the past that it's just not something you would think about.
That this was a huge problem for the base. The report says you even floated having Tucker Carlson interview Ghislaine Maxwell to clear the president's name, but you were rebuffed by your...
Except when they had Meghan McCain. How long? Meghan McCain was on for that long now.
People. Why?
Well, I'd say, first of all, don't believe everything that you read in any newspaper, whether it's a right-leaning paper or a left-leaning paper, because as you guys know, well, there are things that are true, things that are false, and things that are totally missing context. Well, here's what I'll say. So, number one, I am, frankly, kind of a conspiracy theory on the Epstein stuff, and that story says that that's one of the things that's true, is that some people called me a conspiracy theory on the Epstein stuff. And I love Susie, but absolutely, she thinks I'm a conspiracy theorist on the Epstein stuff, because I think that it's crazy that you had this guy who was clearly a sex predator who was hanging out with a lot of very wealthy and powerful people. Like, that really bothered me. I don't know what's there, of course. Nobody knows exactly what happened unless you were there, but that really bothered me, and I wanted to have full transparency. What I disagree with is the idea that the White House wasn't committed to full transparency. We have to remember, like, I was inside the room when some of these decisions were made. The Epstein Files Transparency Act, the one that the president signed, the one that led to all these files that we're seeing, the emails, by the way.
Just so I'm not mind-fucking myself, can somebody link me that there was an interview at a square table? I want to say it was from Kamala and Walls. I want to say it was a New York Times interview. Can somebody link me the one I'm thinking of?
Way again, sorry, do I have to defend my boss? I know you guys don't always appreciate this, but one of the things you see in the Epstein emails is that Jeffrey Epstein,
your buddy Josiah, thought this was a tough interview. Josiah, like Pondering Politics?
Hated Donald Trump, and that Donald Trump literally reported Jeffrey Epstein to the police. That's one of the things that came out in these files.
They were best friends for about a decade. And remember, he signed that transparency.
I know you guys don't always appreciate this, but one of the things you see in the Epstein emails is that Jeffrey Epstein hated Donald Trump, and that Donald Trump literally reported Jeffrey Epstein to the police.
I have never seen a shred of evidence. Everything he's saying, he's getting not quite layup questions, but he's getting easy. I'm sorry. If you're going to ask a question, and then I get to respond in whatever way I want, and there are no follow-ups, you're giving me a chance to establish a clean record. That's what you're doing, right? I get to say, oh, so Destiny, people said that it was really crazy when you beat the shit out of your wife. A lot of people have made a lot of accusations about me. I would like to point out that there's absolutely no evidence that I hurt her at all, and every single thing that she's done her entire life has been to attack and kill everybody around me, and she's murdered my whole family and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you were a StarCraft 2 player. Like the lack of follow-up on anything, that's a hallmark of a friendly. It's a hallmark of a friendly interview. Oh, I think this might be the. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of on CNN. Not. People don't know what a tough question is. They're actually tough questions, but they know literally nothing apart from the first layer, so they can't follow it up along. Kind of a tough question is. I need to break out a second note for the interview stuff. A tough question is when you're held to answer it. A tough question requires a follow-up or guidance because you can't just be allowed to ramble off without actually addressing what's being asked or have a follow-up to like hold you to task on an answer that you give. That's a tough question. If you just if you ask a question and then there's no follow-up and you can just answer however you want, it's not really a tough question. I'm trying to think. Remember, CNN, I grew up listening to this was called the Commie News Network, okay? That's what my mom called it. That's what Michael Savage called it, the Commie News Network, okay? I'm just curious if my recollection of this interview being a fairly tough interview is correct.
Madam Vice President, Governor Walz, thank you so much for sitting down with me and bringing the bus. The bus tour is well underway here in Georgia. You